Hello guys, again Toman here, and I'd like to present my small but kind of useful add-on for Mekanism called Better Fusion Reactor. As from the name you understand what it brings into a game, but this is not the only feature. Let's start from the fusion reactor first. Players who are familiar with the fusion reactor in Mekanism probably will agree with me the fusion reactor actually pretty much the same as gas burning generator. But a little bit complicated, but uh, they are the same. You simply supply the fuel, ignite it, and forget about it. Only things you maybe care about is fuel. You have to supply fuel constantly. That's all. It doesn't have any management stuff. You don't have to do anything. If you refer to real world, you know what humanity still did not achieve the stable fusion reaction in real life, and there are no really active fusion reactors which can provide an energy for us. Well, it doesn't matter because, if we will speak about the gameplay, I'd like to see something challenging in here. So why not? So my add-on, it brings reactor blocks, same reactor blocks. It has the same crafts, but these blocks they are replaced as original mechanism fusion reactor blocks. If you want to, you can have two versions of reactors running in your mod pack, but I don't know why you need that. Anyways, if you build a reactor from these blocks and open a UI, you will see a new tab called efficiency, and you have some bars here, and maybe you will ask what should I do here, but it's pretty much easy. Let me show you. Let us run a reactor. Okay, when you open this interface, you will see a label here. In my case, it's red because I have very bad efficiency on start. Sometimes it can be a good efficiency, but in my case, it was bad. And this line says reactor might turn off. In case if explosions are enabled in config, it will say reactor might explode. So if you want to reactor explode, go ahead, enable it in config. It would be a good punishment for player. But let's see what should we do here. When you firstly open this interface, I guess you will understand what you need to do. This tooltip says you need to keep EF efficiency higher than 80% by adjusting CR as close as possible to TR. CR, current reactivity, TR, target reactivity. So any player who will see that will understand what he needs to do. We have only two buttons and that's pretty much clear. As you can see, every time I hit +5, I have to wait 5 seconds until the value stabilizes. And that's the first part of the challenge. So players will understand the mechanic of how to control a reactor by just using the interface. But this is not the only option how to control a reactor, of course. So you can automate this process. Let's save our reactor from shutting down manually, and then we will see what can we do next. Okay, now we have efficiency higher than 80, and error level is falling down, but the heat multiplier is increasing. And what is the heat multiplier? You can read everything from the tooltips. So heat multiplier affects how often these values randomly changed, how often, and also it affects how fast error level changes. bigger heat multiplier, faster error level will reach 100%. And if it reaches 100%, reactor will shut down or explode. And ready for laser impulse, what it says. So you can use laser impulse with energy at least 200 mega forge energy. So it will avoid negative effect of heat multiplier for 1 minute. It's like a small cheat to save, which gives you some time to save your reactor. Oh, you see, it changed it again. Okay, let's do a quick save. As you can see, I'm using redstone control to manage more efficiently. All right, reactor is saved. Success. So yeah, and yeah, as you can see here, reaction efficiency is good. It says automate this process with logic adapters. Logic adapters, they now have input signals and output signals. Output signals, you will see the same as the original logic adapters have, and also you will see efficiency and error level. So you can output efficiency level and error level. And input signals helps you control, adjust current reactivity, and also help you to adjust injection rate. So this one configured to minus reactivity, and this one configured to plus reactivity. This button sends 15 redstone signal strength, and this one will send 2 redstone signal strength. So this will be minus 15, minus 2, plus 15, plus 2. So it gives player better way to control reactor manually. As it doesn't matter of how much value you changes with the port or using interface, it also takes 5 seconds for value to stabilize. Okay, everything is going smooth, but well, as we can see, heat multiplier is bigger than 0, and at some conditions it can become 0. And moving forward, I will say 22 in air-cooled reactor is the best value for heat multiplier. So smaller injection rate is not good, and bigger injection rate is not good as well. But if you use water or other liquids, and this is the second feature for this reactor, you can use any pair of liquids to cool down the reactor. So basically, in our original Mekanism fusion reactor, you can only use water, and it produces steam. And if you open BFR config, you will see pairs of liquids. So input liquid can be a gas or fluid, and output has to be on gas only. Okay, so in case if you use liquid cooling for this reactor, you can use bigger injection rate because, well, it loses more heat, and because of that, it affects on the heat multiplier. So yeah, when heat multiplier is 0, it's the best way to control reactor manually, because it will not require a lot of attention from player. It will change these values from time to time, but you still have to control it somehow. Use some primitive redstone circuits, something somehow, I don't know. This is your decision. How do you control it? I'm just showing the basic functionality. As for myself, I did not create any redstone logic for that because I haven't played with my mod yet, but the easiest way to control reactor actually is computers. You can write computer code to control reactor more accurately, and this the best approach. So you need to place a computer next to logic port, and it gives you some new methods. As you can see here, I already run adjust reactivity, get efficiency, and get error level. This is a new 3 methods you can use. You cannot directly call get current reactivity, get target reactivity, because, well, as you understand, if you would be able to read these values, it would be pretty much easy to control reactor. So no logic will be required, like no challenge, nothing challenging. So as for us, let's see, let's do -1. I'm sorry, -1. It still takes 5 seconds to change the value. Yeah. So now we have the best efficiency. What else? Efficiency also affects on how much energy or heat reactor produces. So you can see 4 million, 18. Let's change it. Yeah, you can see it's falling down because of efficiency. So player has to control reactor efficiency to get more energy. This is like sort of nerf for the reactor. What next? Next very important feature, and it only exists in versions of 1.19 and 1.20, and currently we in 1.20. We have irradiator. Irradiator used to produce new items from others using radiative flux of reactor. It can work with fusion reactor or fission reactor, it doesn't matter, but moving forward, I would say fusion reactor is the best radiative source. You can see we now have radiative flux 2.16, and if we change, it depends on the reaction rate. So if we change it to bigger values, it will start rising. So let's see the recipes. As you can see, they have different time. Some of them will produce faster, and some of them will be slower. And how fast reaction will be done depends on radiative flux. Okay, let's put some iron ore. It's already irradiated. So we producing irradiated ores from original ones or from normal ones. It doesn't matter, is it normal ore or deep slate ore, doesn't matter. It produces the same irradiated iron ore. And from that ore, we can get more slurry. By default, we have, let's see, we have 1000 millibuckets from original ore, but from irradiated ore we have 1200 millibuckets. So this irradiated brings us 6x ingot processing scheme. One thing to say, when irradiator producing items, it steals some of energy from reactor. It steals, I need to adjust it. because of the heat multiplier, we'll have to adjust it more often. At such values of injection rate, it would be impossible to keep reactor running with manual controlling mode. Okay, so it steals some energy from the reactor, as like it uses radiative flux of radiation, high energy particles, and well, if you see the stats, it will show max plasma temp is 14 and 7, and we have 12 and 7. It will stop somewhere around I guess 13 and something. So it will never reach these values because of the irradiator. It steals energy. It also will steal energy from fission reactor. That's all. I guess I did not miss everything. So this is it. This is all stuff which my add-on brings into game. I hope it is interesting for you and you will add it to your mod pack. So if you have any questions and suggestions, you can leave a comment below the video or go to CurseForge and leave a comment there. And well, stay connected for the next updates. See you guys. Bye.